Hey, what's going on, paintballers? Coach Crane here with Play Better Paintball, and this is kind of like a experiment of sorts. If you've been paying attention to my channel, I haven't posted anything in months, and that's a lot to do with what's going on with my family, not having childcare, and launching a new business, all this stuff. So I won't go into the details of that, but I've realized that my perfectionist mentality has prevented me from creating at all. And I don't want to do that. I want to at least be putting stuff out there, even if it's not up to the standards of both myself and a lot of you out there. So for those that have complained about how long some of my videos in the past have been, I'm sorry, but these are just going to have to be unscripted because I just have too much going on to be able to have a predictable schedule where I can make content, script it, record it the way I want, go through all the editing that I would love to do. I just don't have the time and resources to do that right now. But I do want to be putting stuff out there because a lot of you have said how valuable my information is to you. And so I'm going to try to do something where I post a new video every day for 30 days. And I have the first 8 videos predicted or laid out in my mind at least. So in this one, this will be the first of 30. We're going to talk about what all human movement breaks down into. So that in theory, if you do these 7 movements in your workouts over the course of a week, you have trained your entire body to move the way it is designed to. And you have neglected no movement patterns. So I'm going to go over all the basic human movements, and then I'm going to do 7 videos where we go into depth on each of those movements and how it transfers to the sport of paintball. And then after that, I would actually like your comments down below for ideas of the videos we can do after that. So I bet a lot of you are probably struggling with some movement issues, maybe some pain, some injuries that are holding you back from playing the way you would like to, from moving the way you would like to, maybe even doing things that you used to do that you can't do anymore. So let me know in the comments what you would like to see me talk about, because I have over 20 videos of content that I need to come up with ideas for and create. They're not going to be fancy. They're just going to be like this, me talking to the camera, no fancy editing, graphics, or anything like that. But I promise the information I can give you can be really valuable, and as I know from training a lot of people over the years, it can be life-changing. So don't hesitate to drop your own story down below and let me know how I might be able to help you with a video response. So let's get right into the 7 basic human movements. I'm going to do my best to do this on my fingers without actually having it written down or anything. But in basically the order of importance, in my opinion, we have the squat. We have the hinge. Think deadlift, bending over, picking something up. Hinge. We have a push and a pull. We're mainly talking about upper body here. So like bench press, incline bench press, shoulder press, anything where you're pushing something away from you. We have the pull, which is pulling something to you or pulling yourself towards something. So think of like a rowing exercise where you're pulling the cable, the handle, whatever, towards you, or a pull-up or chin-up where you're pulling yourself towards something. So we basically have, if you think about it, an upper body push and pull and a lower body push and pull. You can think about that for a minute. So there's 4 key movements there. We have rotation, which is, some people break it down into anti-rotation and rotation, but basically the trunk's ability to twist and rotate, but it is also important to be able to resist rotation. So we call that anti-rotation, where something's pushing against you and you're able to resist that. So we kind of just break it down into rotation, but technically it's rotation and anti-rotation. So there's 5, and then there's carry, the ability to basically have a loaded carry, whether you're carrying a load on your shoulders, carrying it in your hands, whether it's strapped onto your body. The ability to carry things is another basic human movement. And then finally we have gait, which is basically walking. Now, some people will say there's gait and a lunge. Lunge, in my opinion, is really just like exaggerated gait. You're just reaching farther and your body's dropping down. So you could say there's 8 human movements. And honestly, if you put a room of like 100 physical therapists and personal trainers, you'd probably get 3 or 4 different main answers as to how many basic human movements there are. So I'm not going to say this is the end all be all. You can argue that there's 7, 8, 9, maybe even 10, but basically everything breaks down into those key movements. So I like to think of it as just 7 because the shorter the list, the easier. But gait, practicing your run, practicing your lunge, so sprinting, long distance endurance running, and then lunging, which is really more of like, it is a pattern in and of itself, but most often the reason we train the lunge is so that we can load your gait. So running, moving, gait under load. So those 3 things kind of just get lumped into gait, in my opinion. So yeah, we're going to talk about in the next videos how this squat can transfer to paintball and how you would want to pick specific squat variations, loads, intensities, sets, reps, volume, etc. for paintball. And then we'll go into detail on the hinge, on the press, on the pull, and how all of these exercises can be picked in a way that actually makes paintball better, makes you play better paintball. So anyway, that is the video. All human movement breaks down into essentially 7 different patterns. So any good exercise program is going to have a squat, a hinge, a push, a pull, a gait variation, whether that's endurance running, sprinting, or lunging, and then rotation and a loaded carry. So if you're trying to come up with your own workouts, obviously try to fit all of those in over the course of a week, each week. And if you'd like someone to do all that work for you, you can check out playbetterpaintball.com, where I write all the workouts for you at different levels of difficulty so that you have all the movements you need to help yourself play better paintball. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and don't forget to put your request in the comments below if you would like for me to make a video about something you are personally dealing with and would like more information about.